Coming up on Torrance Today, officials from South Korea toured our city last week, which included a stop at Torrance High School's Korean class. If you're a golfer, there's a new superstore in town that celebrates the sport. And ready to toss out your Christmas trees? We'll share the latest tips from the city. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Bella Shaw. It's 4 p.m. on Monday, January 9th. I hope your week is off to a great start. Thank you so much for joining us. Here is our first story. Well, it's going to be another wet week as more rain is expected tonight and tomorrow. The city has free sandbags if you need them to help secure your properties. Properly filled and placed sandbags can act as a barrier to divert moving water around instead of through buildings. The city's Public Works Department offers Torrance residents up to 25 sandbags based on availability. They are available at the City Yard, located at 2500 Madrona Avenue. Anyone who plans to pick up some should bring their valid IDs or a Torrance utility bill as proof of residency. Make sure to call 310-781-6900 to make sure a staff member is available for assistance. Funeral services were held on Friday for Riverside County Sheriff's Deputy Isaiah Cordero, who was shot and killed during a traffic stop while on duty late last month. Deputy Cordero's patrol motorcycle was displayed in front of the church doors where loved ones gathered to remember his life. Law enforcement officers from multiple agencies, both locally and nationwide, arrived prior to the service to honor him. Among the officers were members of the Torrance Police Department's Honor Guard and Motors. Formed in the late 1960s, the Honor Guard consists of 8 to 12 officers. They exemplify pride, professionalism, and serve as ambassadors for our city. Honor Guard officers march, perform facing movements, and stay in step with each other as an in-sync team. In addition to making appearances at opening ceremonies, flag ceremonies, and various important events throughout the city and state, one of the Honor Guard's duties is to represent the city and the department at the funerals of fallen law enforcement officers. Our deepest condolences go out to Deputy Cordero's family, loved ones, and fellow officers. Elected officials and staff from the city of Hwaseong, South Korea, toured the city with Torrance Mayor George Chen last week.
The City of Torrance should be on the world stage. It provides exposure for both the City of Torrance and the City of Hwaseong. The Hwaseong is a very young city. It's the fastest growing city in South Korea, home to Samsung, Hyundai, and Kia. And those are household names. And if we have an opportunity to develop friendship city relationship, that promotes potential business investment, international business investment, cultural exchange, educational exchange, athletic exchange. The opportunities are endless.
The visitors were greeted with a warm welcome at City Hall and then checked out several local landmarks. Among their stops were the Torrance Art Museum, the Del Amo Fashion Center, Smog City Brewery, and Torrance High School. During their stop at Torrance High School, the visitors paid a visit to a Korean language class. The students worked on a historical timeline project while they interacted and practiced their conversational Korean by greeting and speaking with the guests. The visitors were given a State of Our Schools report in Korean, as well as TUSD pins. The hosts at Torrance High explained the history of the campus and how the iconic building is featured in television and movies. Mayor Chen had extended the invitation to the delegates in the hopes of potentially forming a friendship city partnership. If golf is your game, a brand new megastore dedicated to the sport is now open in our city.
New year, new store, you know, a new start. This is what we really need. We really jumpstart the new year with new business, new revenue in the City of Torrance, new excitement, and new energy. And I think it really helps the community, not just Torrance, the entire South Bay.
We are the 58th store for the company, and we're the first store in the LA metro area. Every first day we do a big grand opening. We have $30,000 in giveaways for customers. The first customer that comes in the store gets a free set of irons. The very first person got here on Thursday afternoon, so he spent 2 nights here. Yeah, pretty cool. We're the fastest growing retail golf specialty store in the country. We like to say it's sort of the Costco meets Disneyland meets golf, where you can come in if you want bulk shopping, where you can get clubs, you can get apparel, you can get footwear, golf lessons. There's a putting green, 1,000 square foot putting green in our store. You can come in and practice your putting, hitting bays for like driving range simulation, and pretty much anything you need.
So as we're looking at locations for new stores, we're looking for areas where there's a large number of golfers, and Torrance made perfect sense. Golf is an exploding sport, and we really saw that amplified by the pandemic with a number of new consumer segments that have really grown, including women and juniors. The game is now more diverse than it's ever been and more exciting to be a part of it. And we are so thrilled that so many have chosen PGA Tour Superstore to start their golf journey or to elevate their current game.
The company prides itself on inspiring people to play their best and to help grow the game of golf. Representatives say this is accomplished by the knowledge, passion, and depth of assortment the store provides. The PGA Tour Superstore is open 7 days a week and is located at 24313 Crenshaw Boulevard. If you pick up a putter or a pitching wedge and want to test them out, the city-owned Sea Air Golf Course is open 7 days a week in South Torrance at 22730 Lapine Drive. The last tee off in time varies by the season. To check times, call 310-543-GOLF or 4653. There are amazing new works of art hanging in the Discover Torrance office at the Del Amo Fashion Center. The pieces were created by visual artist Maria Bajorkdal as part of a public art program called Window, a collaboration between the Torrance Museum of Art and Discover Torrance that began in December of 2021. The program features a rotating solo presentation of artwork to be displayed in the storefront window of Discover Torrance, the official visitors bureau of the city. 4 artists are selected every year to participate. Maria is the 5th overall winner and the first featured artist of 2023. Her works, titled Echoes and Unraveling, are made up of cotton duck and acrylic paint and are reminiscent of domestic crafts such as tapestries, quilts, and textile-based works. Maria says it's the fluidity she finds interesting and that the work refuses to settle into a single fixed category. To view the pieces of art in person, head over to the Discover Torrance office, located on the main level of the Del Amo Fashion Center near Lucille's. They will be there through March 2023. 4 artists are selected per year for the window exhibit. SoCal artists are invited to submit their works to be considered for future installments. To learn more, visit torranceartmuseum.com/window. You know, homework is a challenge for both students and their parents, if you can relate. Well, relief is available in the form of Homework Helpers, a program made available by the Katie Geisert Civic Center Library. Every Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons from 3:45 to 5 p.m., the library invites elementary and middle school students to stop by for help with their specific homework assignment or project. Tutors are volunteers from grades 10 through 12 from local high schools, so more advanced students are encouraged to use BrainFuse, a live tutoring online platform that is free for anyone with a Torrance Library card. The study session takes place in the upper level of the library. This is a free service, but best of all, if your child is 9 years of age or older, they can be left unattended. This means that while your child is receiving much-needed homework help, you'll receive much-needed time for running errands. For more information about the program, call the Youth Services Desk at 310-618-5964. Well, it's time to toss out the Christmas trees, and the city has some tips to help you do it correctly. The Christmas Tree Recycling Program takes place through Thursday, January 19th for those not using the green waste recycling container. Residents can place the tree at the curb at least 4 feet from their collection containers by 7 a.m. on their regularly scheduled collection day. A separate truck will collect the trees to use as mulch and landfill cover. The trees must be unflocked, less than 6 feet long without cutting, and have no stands, tinsel, or ornaments. For those who can fit their trees into the green bins, they can do so anytime and expect them to get collected during normal pickup days. Flocked trees cannot be recycled. City workers say those should be cut in half and placed in the black refuse containers. The National Fire Protection Association strongly encourages everyone to properly dispose of their trees now, as the trees will continue to dry out and become more flammable over time. 1/3 of U.S. home fires involving Christmas trees occur in January. New organic waste rules are now in place, requiring residents to separate these types of items from general trash. California adopted Senate Bill 1383, requiring all communities to reduce the disposal of organic waste in landfills by 75% by 2025. The new law serves as a statewide effort to combat climate change by reducing emissions of short-lived climate pollutants. To achieve this, the city is launching an organics waste recycling program for residential customers. As of January 1st, in addition to green waste such as lawn clippings, twigs, or other things you pick up during your yard work, the city is asking residents to throw away food scraps into the green bins as well. Now, that could be anything from old lettuce to leftover spaghetti. You should also throw away and take out containers and other food beverage holders that are disposable and made of paper. By putting such items into the green bins, they will get composited and no longer go into the landfill, which creates greenhouse gas emissions. If you have any questions about this mandatory recycling law, go to torranceca.gov/whatgoeswhere. Still ahead is Mindful Monday, and a Torrance-based dietitian shares a simple tip for mindful and healthy eating in the new year. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
So we were walking to school. At the corner, we waited for the traffic light.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart,
want cheese pizza,
but
like at Luigi's.
sometimes her mind
They
wanders.
have this video game there, and Kate's got the high score. We should have a sleepover. Maybe I should pack my pajamas.
I remember saying, Laura? Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
When we finally got there,
she gave me a hug goodbye.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have
at
another
school
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Here you'll get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this Mindful Monday, registered dietitian and nutritionist Vandana Sheth shares a tip for eating more mindfully in the new year.
So here's a simple way to eat healthy. You want to fill half your plate, if you notice, with colorful fruits and vegetables, 1/4 of it with your grains, and preferably whole grains, and 1/4 of it with your protein. Let's make sure it's a variety of protein: beans, lentils, legumes, and it can be animal protein. And bonus, add some dairy or dairy alternatives. There are many options in the market, but this is an easy way to keep track of the portions and variety that you need to enjoy every day to feel healthy.
Sheth says it's extremely important to practice mindfulness like this when we eat, instead of multitasking and being distracted. We need to be present and focused on what we're eating, appreciating what we have in front of us. This one small change in how we eat will have an enormous effect on our health, as it causes us to slow down and make much better food choices. Many studies have shown that distracted eating is directly linked to overeating and binge eating. So tonight, let's turn off the TV, put away our phones, and truly enjoy the meal we've mindfully created. Bon appetit. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torranceca@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.